The pituitary gland is a hormonal secretion. It doesn't really have much to do with that. There are some parts of your brain that medical science hasn't studied, and they say those parts of the brain are useless, unnecessary, and serve no purpose, but we know what their use is. God hasn't made anything useless. Those parts get activated, and before they are activated, actually, Tibet has always been a spiritual capital for spiritual systems. The sages and seers from our land would travel from the foothills of the Himalayas all the way to Tibet. You can make a 5-year-old child earn a PhD. Babaji, the energy of the third eye is so intense that if you put a weight of 5,000 kilos on an ordinary person, would he survive? Let me tell you an incident. There was a tantric from Kolkata, and every chakra has its own goddess. The goddess of the Agya chakra is Hakini herself. He was not able to attain mastery over Hakini, the goddess of the Agya chakra. So what did that tantric do? He had a wife. He had a spouse. So he made his wife do the sadhana of Hakini. When that lady performed the sadhana of Hakini, she went mad. After that, she would wander around the cremation ground and such places as if she had lost her mind. And seeing her condition, that tantric gentleman left his body, he died. First, conquer the earth element, then conquer the water element, then conquer the fire element, then conquer the air element, and then conquer the ether element. After that, above these 5 elements is the Guru principle. This is where the Guru resides. This is where you apply the tilak. To reach here, you have to die. You have to experience death to come here. Because when you rise above these 5 elements, you have to leave them behind and ascend. Your body is made up of these 5 elements. Those who are ready to leave behind their 5 elements and step out of their body to die can become a guru. That's why I said, either you are naive or you are a fool. The pituitary gland is a hormonal secretion. It doesn't really have much to do with that. There are some parts of your brain that medical science hasn't studied, and they say those parts of the brain are useless, unnecessary, and have no use. And we know what its use is. God hasn't made anything useless. Those parts get activated, and before they are activated, actually, Tibet has always been a spiritual capital, a center of spiritual systems. The sages and seers from our land would travel from the foothills of the Himalayas and reach Tibet. There used to be a system in place for Tibet earlier. What happened there was that the practice of worshipping Mother Tara in Tibet there was a particular level to the worship of Mother Tara. The Buddhists there revere Mother Tara, and they say, "Your Mother Tara is not yours, she belongs to us." They say this to us Hindus. They have their own history, and for us, Mother Tara is a Mahavidya. And when that same Tara becomes a bit fierce, she becomes Dhumavati, but they have nothing to do with Dhumavati. They are limited only to Mother Tara. It is Mother Tara herself who, when she becomes fierce, turns into Dhumavati. An incident happened with us. Actually, the very first spiritual practice I did was of Bajranga, and once something happened between me and Bajranga. I got a bit upset with Bajranga. In anger, I yelled at Bajranga and told him, "Now, the relationship between you and me is over." That's what I said. I said a lot of things. I don't think it's right to say all that here. To make it up to me, Bajranga granted me a boon. He came at night. The boon was that there are a few hours within 24 hours when, if someone does spiritual practice with me, their practice gets a sudden boost. That is a special time. Even with that boon, I wasn't really convinced, nothing much happened. But a boon is a boon after all. So once, I was conducting a camp in Rajasthan, and the people there practiced with me during that special time, and there was a girl, she started seeing a lot of things. First, she began to see entities and ancestors. and she went completely out of her mind. She started screaming and shouting because she could see everyone who had died and she became deranged. She kept on screaming, "He's coming! Mom, save me! Mom, look at that! Mom, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that." All this happened when her wedding was just 15 days away. Her mother called me and said, "Brother, what have you done and left us with? Who will marry this girl now? And how will this wedding happen?" Brother, she has gone mad. She doesn't eat, doesn't sleep, just screams all day and night. It was a very difficult task. Activating is just a system. But who looks after the system for deactivation? Who even knows how deactivation works? I really felt like, man, what the hell just happened? I didn't even go there to do anything. I was just doing my spiritual practice. The energy surged and reached that level. The condition was very bad. He folded his hands and said to God, "God, they are not strong enough to bear all this. Calm him down." It was the great grace of the Lord that he stopped it and he got married. Profound adoration and heartfelt reverence to the supreme and benevolent Lord Shiva, the ultimate deity.